My daughter can't talk. She's 1 year old. She barely says ma. And even that sounds like a sigh. But 3 nights ago, at exactly 3:12 a.m., she called my name. Not dad, not daddy, not anything a baby should even attempt. She said my full name, in a voice that didn't belong to her. And if you think that's terrifying, trust me, that was only the beginning. And if you're into real, disturbing stories like this one, remember to subscribe, because what you're about to hear is only one part of something much bigger. My name is Aaron. I've been in car crashes. I've lived through I've held my daughter while she was sick and burning with fever, praying she'd breathe normally again. But nothing prepared me for the sound of my baby girl speaking in a voice that wasn't hers, to understand why it shook me so deeply. You need to know something first. My daughter, Lily, is perfect, but she was born prematurely, at 30 weeks. She spent the first months of her life in and out of hospitals, hooked up to machines, fighting to grow, to stay stable, to simply exist. Developmentally, she's behind. Doctors say she won't start forming words until 2, maybe 3 years old. Her brain just needs more time. And that's okay. I'd wait 10 years if I had to, so hearing her speak clearly, fluently, and with full pronunciation should have been impossible. Medically, physically, logically. And yet, eat, upend. The night had started. I wasn't even asleep yet. I was lying in bed scrolling on my phone, doing what every exhausted single dad does at the end of the day, wasting time until my brain got too heavy to keep my eyes open. Lily was sleeping in her nursery down the hall. The baby monitor sat on my nightstand, glowing faintly in the dark. Las 8:55 a.m. I remember because I had taken a screenshot of something stupid, and the clock was right there in the corner. Everything was quiet, the kind of silence that presses against your ears, thick and heavy. Then, I heard it. Aaron Hawley, my full name, spoken slowly, perfectly. From the baby monitor, I froze. I didn't even breathe. At first, my brain tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was the TV downstairs. Maybe I left a video playing. Maybe I but then it came again, this time sharper. Aaron Hawley. The voice was wrong. It sounded too controlled, too deliberate, like an echo trapped inside a small box. And Lily? Lily never said anything longer than a grunt. I snatched the monitor and turned on the video. The night vision camera brightened the nursery. Gray still. Dim. And there she was, my daughter, sitting upright in her crib, staring directly into the camera. Eyes wide, unblinking. Her mouth wasn't moving, not even a twitch. Yet the voice continued, "Aaron, look at me." My blood went cold. The voice was coming from the room, but not from her. And for a moment, just a moment, I swear I saw something behind her. A shape, a shadow. Small, but not small enough to be a baby. I threw off the blankets and ran. The second I opened her door, a wave of freezing air hit me. Not cool, not drafty. Freezing, like stepping into a walk-in freezer. Lily turned her head toward me slowly. Too slowly, like her neck resisted the motion. Then, instantly, she relaxed. She reached out to me and smiled. A normal baby smile, the kind she always gives me when she sees me. Everything suddenly felt normal. Almost normal enough to convince myself I imagined it. But then I saw the closet door. It was open. Just an inch, but it had been closed earlier. I always close it. At first, I ignored it. I just grabbed Lily and rocked her, whispering that everything was okay. But then, I felt it. A shift in the air, a pressure, like someone was standing right behind me. I turned so fast I nearly slipped on the carpet. Nothing. Just the room. Empty. But the cold didn't leave. Not until I stepped out into the hallway with Lily in my arms. And when I looked back one last time, The closet door was fully open. The next day, I tried to pretend it didn't happen. Denial is a powerful thing, especially when the alternative is facing something you can't explain. I convinced myself it was a glitch in the monitor. Or maybe I was partly asleep and hallucinating. Hearing your name in the dark isn't exactly rare when you're exhausted. But that morning, when I went into Lily's room to change her, I saw something that made every excuse in my head crumble. Tiny footprints on the floor. Not hers. Too big, but too small to belong to an adult. The prints started near the crib and ended at the closet. There were no prints coming back out. I checked every possibility. No animals, no toys, no spills that could accidentally look like prints. They were footprints, clear as day. I felt sick, not scared physically sick. And when I picked Lily up, she pointed at the closet and giggled, the kind of giggle babies make when they see someone they know. I forced myself to open the closet. Nothing but the smell. The smell was like damp earth, like something pulled from the ground. I closed it again. This time, I tied it shut with one of my belts. I should have stayed awake. I should have taken her and left the house. But fear does something strange to you. It makes you minimize things, lie to yourself, negotiate with the unknown. So when I went to bed, I muted the baby monitor. I thought that if I didn't hear anything, nothing could scare me. But at 2:50 a.m., I woke up anyway. No sound woke me. No movement. Just instinct, something deep and primal, pulling me out of sleep like a hook to the spine. My eyes went straight to the monitor. The closet door was open. Not an inch this time. Fully. My heart dropped into my stomach. Then I saw Lily, sitting again, facing the closet. Her head tilted slightly, as though listening. Then, her lips moved. Small, subtle. I turned on the audio. "Come here, Aaron." The voice wasn't layered this time. It was a child's voice, a boy's voice. Lily's mouth kept moving, but the sound wasn't hers. "Aaron, I'm cold. Come help me." I stared, my breath trapped inside my throat. Then the voice grew deeper. "Come." I didn't run this time. I sprinted. When I grabbed her door handle, something tapped it from the other side. 3 slow taps. I froze. Then I turned the knob. The moment the door swung open, all the cold escaped, like someone opened a freezer. I rushed to Lily, lifted her into my arms, and backed away. The closet door creaked, inch by inch, until it stood wide open. Nothing inside, at least nothing I could see, but he felt Italiano. A presence. Watching. Lily looked into the closet, smiled faintly, and whispered, "He's awake." Her first full sentence, but not in her voice. The next morning, I took her to my mom's house. I told her I needed a day to clear my head. I didn't tell her why. She wouldn't believe me. Hell, I barely believed me. When I returned home alone, I forced myself into Lily's room. The cold was gone. The smell was gone. Everything looked normal, except the wall inside the closet. There were tiny fingernail scratches near the floor, as though someone was trying to claw their way out. I spent the entire day on the phone with electricians, contractors, even a paranormal team when found online at 3 a.m. the previous night. Nobody could come until next week. But I wasn't waiting. I decided Lily would stay with my mom until I figured this out. That night, before bed, I walked back into her empty room. "Whatever you are," I said out loud, "you stay away from my daughter." The house creaked, but nothing else happened. I thought maybe jest. Maybe I scared it off. I was wrong. I woke up again at 3:12 a.m. Every night, same time. But this time, the monitor wasn't on my nightstand. It was on my chest. Turned on. Someone, or something, had placed it there. My body locked up with fear. Then I heard it. The breathing, Not mine, not a baby's. Deep, slow, like someone trying not to be heard. On the monitor screen, Lily's crib was empty. The room was empty. I kept reminding myself she wasn't here, she was safe with my mom. But the closet door, it was shaking. Violently. Like something inside was slamming against it, trying to get out. And suddenly, boom! The closet door flew open and hit the wall so hard the sound echoed through the entire house. I jumped, dropping the monitor. I didn't want to go in there. Every cell in my body screamed to stay away. But something else pulled at me. Not physically, but mentally. Emotionally. A whisper. Small. Familiar. Daddy. My heart cracked. It sounded like Lily. Daddy, help. I ran to her room without thinking, without questioning. When I crossed the threshold, the temperature dropped instantly. I could see my breath. Lily, my voice trembled. The closet door slammed shut behind me. The entire room went dark, pitch black. And then something held my ankle. Primera ja, naked kicking at whatever grabbed me, stumbling onto the floor. Something crawled toward me in the dark. I couldn't see it. But I could hear the nails dragging along the wood. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Then a small, cold hand touched my face, and a voice whispered in my ear. She's learning. She likes your voice, Aaron. Soon. She sounds just like you. I screamed and bolted out of the room. Ran outside barefoot. Didn't stop until I was in the middle of the street. I called my mom immediately. She and Lily were fine, but I wasn't. I didn't step foot in the house again until sunrise, and when I did, everything was unnervingly quiet. Still. Calm. Too calm. Too calm. I walked into Lilia's room, slowly, expecting the worst, but the closet was closed. Her toys were neatly arranged. The air was warm again. I thought maybe the nightmare had ended. Then I noticed the writing on the wall. Right above the closet, childlike handwriting. Dark. Smudged. Uneven. Thank you for letting me learn his voice. I collapsed against the wall, shaking. Tears filled my eyes. He didn't want me. He wanted her. He was practicing. Mimicking. Learning. Using her body like a speaker. Using her voice like a mask. I grabbed my keys, went straight to my mom's house, and refused to return. Until now. Because 2 hours ago, my mom called me, she said. Lily said something new. New word. Daddy. But Lily didn't say it. Looking at my mom, she said it, pointing at the closet in the guest bedroom. If you're listening to this right now, please, subscribe. Not for me, not for my channel, but because I don't know what's coming next. And if something happens to me, I need people to know the truth. I need someone out there to understand that this wasn't hallucination or grief or exhaustion. Something learned my name. Something learned my voice. And now it's learning hers. And if you hear a child speaking in the middle of the night, especially if it's a child who shouldn't be speaking at all, don't answer. Don't respond. Don't even breathe. Because it's not the child calling you, it's whatever's standing behind them.